Corona Extra, who reminds me to find your beach. Sergio, take us behind the numbers.
Adam Lopez, a little older, 21 years old. A little taller at 5'9", same weight, 124. Reach, he's a little bit under Jordan White here. Evenly matched.
And now let's get set for round number 1 here at the Laredo Energy Arena. There you see Jordan White, the 19-year-old, as he squares off against Adam Lopez. Lopez wearing the blue with the white trim. He's trained under the guidance of John Pullman. Wearing the green and the black is Jordan White. Oh, what a night of action that we have seen so far. Jordan White, a lot of confidence. Both guys are undefeated, and talk about matchmaking. They have a combined 10 fights. 4-0 is Jordan White, 6-0 is Adam Lopez, 10-0 their combined record. This is a moment where we're going to find out who's going to pull away in being a young, up-and-coming, budding prospect.
Not only that, but you're going to get it on television. I mean, it's so rare for young prospects like this to be on television so early in their career, especially 6-rounders. Tonight we saw 2 6-rounders, and hopefully they make the best of it.
Well, and let's see if Adam Lopez or Jordan White can go ahead and take some headlines as we head towards Monday morning. But I think the night so far has belonged to David El Bandera Roja Benavidez. When they asked me on Monday, did David Benavidez look impressive? My answer, yes, sir.
And rightfully so. Benavidez, I mean, there were still question marks for me there. I mean, I knew he was young, precocious, ferocious, and we knew he had a big punch. But now he showed a little bit more than that. He showed that he's ready for the top names at 168. He showed poise in his pressure. He showed patience in his demeanor. Everything he did tonight just came full circle for him against a legitimate tough guy in Medina.
Well, and also, Sergio, David Benavidez did everything he could to try to get Medina to stay on the canvas, and Medina would constantly rise up and would not quit in his corner. He had to physically do it and make sure that it was Medina who would not get up, and after that final 7 to 8 punch combination, he couldn't get back up. He literally sent him outside of the ring.
It's incredible because we were used to watching movies like Rocky where you take the big shots like that, but that is not real life. That's not boxing. That's fake. It's the movies. Right here we're watching it in real life. Medina was a real-life Mexican Rocky, getting hit with everything. Sweat flying, the blood flowing, being down. But this time, he wasn't going to beat Drago.
No, not at all. And Drago is going ahead and wearing a charro hat in David Benavidez because, my goodness, he's very proud of his Mexican heritage. And when you look at it, Sergio, the bigger weight classes haven't necessarily had the biggest success from Mexican fighters or fighters of Mexican descent, as we see here. Some nice right hands by Adam Lopez and Jordan White. We'll get to the higher weight class of Mexican descent coming up in the second round. But so far, we got a good fight here between Jordan White and Adam Lopez.
Hey, good body punching here by Lopez, and right here White's countering pretty well. Look, right there he caught Lopez with some good counter shots. Good for him, and this is good little action fight here.
And Jordan White throwing a couple of big punches to end the first round. As we go ahead and conclude round number 1, Jordan White there. They are there speaking with him and John Pullman, along with, there you see Andrew Rodriguez working in the corner of Adam Lopez. When you're a swing bout like this, Sergio, and you realize you're on a card of this magnitude, tell us about the feelings of going on and saying, you know what, no, I'm going to make sure that the night is mine. Well,
I've only been a swing bout once. A swing bout means they don't really expect you to go out there. It's basically, hey, listen, you're gonna be unexpectedly fighting, but we don't know when. Swing bouts are horrible for any fighter, but these guys on television, they better make the best of it because they rarely happen.
Hey, you gotta love bonus action here, the PBC here on FS1. What a night we have had thus far, and we will conclude the night here with this matchup between Jordan White and Adam Lopez. White is only 19 years of age. Lopez is 21, so he's 2 years older. But both young men, at least what we have seen in the first round, have plenty of promise.
I don't know much about either of them. This was a swing bout. We didn't prepare for a swing bout, neither did we. But this is what we see. And right now, we could tell that both these guys are well polished. Both White throwing good jabs. Lopez absorbing the punches pretty well, countering to the body. Two good prospects here. Good shot there by White. Counter uppercut. Lopez responding.
And they are going ahead ahead and duking it out here in Laredo, Texas. Adam Lopez with a couple of right hands, but Jordan White is willing to oblige and sends a couple of left hooks down the middle.
And I'll tell you what, Ray, I talked about this earlier. It's the undercards that aren't being televised that are just as exciting as the main event and the televised portion of the card. These undercards are great. Back to the matchmaking, incredible matchmaking. This is really fun to watch.
Look, this is what you get when it comes to Premier Boxing Champions, and we're going to show you at the end of the round that the schedule is going to heat up as we head towards the summer. Use the hashtag on social media, PBC on FS1. Also follow us on social media at Premier Boxing and also at FS1. The summer is going to be tremendous with action like this and also performances like David Benavidez. And what an evening here so far in Laredo. Adam Lopez wearing the blue as he starts off with the jab. And you know what, John Pullman, I was speaking with John Pullman, who is a trainer of Adam Lopez, and he actually is the trainer of Gerald Washington, who fought for the world title against Deontay Wilder in Birmingham, Alabama. And John says, look, I love the fact that this young man comes into the gym every day. He also has a younger brother. They're both, the brothers Lopez are in there. They work very hard, they train hard, and they have mindsets to be prize fighters down the line.
Well, it's an easy job for a trainer when you have a fighter like that. And, you know, usually you have to really force a fighter to train hard and come into the gym. You know, guys that really want to be great, like Lopez and others out there. I mean, there's a lot of names out there that we never heard of that want to become world champions. That's the type of temperament you need to have to become a world champion.
And Jordan White is backing up, but he throws more punches. And Jordan White from Landover, Maryland. And look, we see that the D.C. area is bursting with talent. What an echoing right hand right on the jaw, followed by an uppercut of Adam Lopez.
Lopez is in the fight. He's coming forward, getting hit with some shots here, but he's looking to actually time White with some shots.
Some left hooks by Adam Lopez, but Jordan White throws back of his own, and uppercuts, some uppercuts that have been snapping the head back of Jordan White, but Jordan White remains poised and realizes that this one will not be easy here tonight. Both fighters with unblemished records as we head towards the third round. This one is scheduled for 6. Let's take a look. I told you that the summer is going to really intensify. Let's take a look at next week. Saturday, May 27th in Sheffield, England. Cal Brook defending his IBF welterweight championship against Errol Spence. The following week, Adonis Stevenson, Andrew Fonfara, Tomas Delorme, Yordenis Ugas, June 20th. Looking forward to that one in Las Vegas. And then June 30th, Robert Easter Jr., the IBF lightweight champion, who hopes to keep his record intact as he will defend his championship against the #1 contender, Denis Shapikov, at July 15th. BBC returns to Fox in prime time. I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to be the matchup on that one, because the cards have been unbelievable so far. And man, oh man, Sergio, that is a hot summer, my friend.
Absolutely, that's a very hot summer, especially when boxing returns back to prime time. I mean, we want to see them primetime fights, but that's an excellent schedule.
And don't forget, chime in at Premier Boxing on social media, PBC on FS1, round number 3. This one is scheduled for 6 here. So far, Sergio, how do you have the first 2 rounds scored?
Well, right here, it's pretty competitive. I'm not scoring the punches or the rounds, but it's pretty competitive. I give Lopez 2-0.
But I like what Jordan White is doing. He's throwing his jab, and he's trying to sit down on his punches more. He needs to gain the respect of Adam Lopez. But, you know, speaking of where Jordan White is from, Landover, Maryland, you see the Peterson brothers, Lamont Peterson, who is a welterweight title holder. You see his brother Anthony. You see Gary Russell, the WBC featherweight champion. His brothers, the Russell family. So that area in D.C. is really on the scene when it comes to boxing.
Did you mention Gervonta Davis?
You know what? I was just about to mention him from Baltimore, Maryland.
Win tonight
over Liam Walsh in the 3rd round. So that whole D.C. area, what a day it has been for boxing, for that matter. And we have brought it to a close here, PBC on FS1, as we see Adam Lopez, who is throwing some heavy artillery at Jordan White.
Good body shots there. White landed some good body shots on Lopez. I mean, these are young fighters. He's throwing a lot of punches. It's those body shots that are going to sneak up on him, even though it's just a 6-round fight. Body shots take it out of you there. So even though White is losing these rounds, getting hit by big headshots, he's investing in the body there.
And Jordan White is bleeding, but he's showing his bravado, and left hooks by Adam Lopez.
Oh, there's an angle right there. See, I love seeing angles from young fighters because that's where you actually hurt people. You know, when you're fighting in front of a person, they expect the punches coming from certain angles. They know where you're punching, but if you get them in an angle, you hit them in a dark spot. Those are the punches that end up really hurting you.
75 seconds left, round 3 scheduled for 6.
And Lopez tried it again there.
Adam Lopez walking down Jordan White, but White with a left hook that found its mark right there on Adam Lopez.
Oh, White with a good left hook right there. Didn't really phase Lopez. He continues coming, mixing up an array of punches there, giving White some angles.
You know, when I spoke with Jordan White earlier, and he was so excited about having this opportunity to fight on a card at this stage in his career, and he is getting beaten to the punch, but he is still, he's tying up, his nose is bleeding, it is pouring from the nose, and the referee now will go ahead and they are going to check to make sure that Jordan White is okay. Blood, look at that, from the nose, and now the doctor here is going to check on the status of Jordan White.
Well, White needed that. He needed a little break because he wanted to hold, and Lopez was having none of it. Right here you see the blood flowing from White, trying to hold. His body language is not looking too good. Lopez looks like he's bouncy and confident.
When he's throwing the jab in a variety of angles, he used the jab to the head, and then he went to the body. He followed up with a couple of hooks and some chopping right hands, but back comes Jordan White. Jordan White got everything he could into that left hook that missed.
Yeah, and that's just going to demean him even more because, you know, White is losing this fight. He's getting hit by big punches. He tried to find lightning in a bottle there and try to catch Lopez off guard with a big punch. Lopez wasn't having none of it, and White, by missing like that, missing those big shots like that, that just takes it out of you even more.
A crushing right hand to conclude the 3rd round. Adam Lopez goes back. He puts his hands up on his head, and he is absolutely delighted. But we have been delighted with what we have seen on this eventful day in boxing. Started off Gervonta Davis dispatching of Liam Walsh, Gary Russell Jr. victorious over Oscar Escandon, and moving here to Laredo, David Benavidez stopping Rogelio Porky Medina. He said he was going to knock him out, and he followed through on that promise.
And how about the controversy with Durrell fight? You know, that was kind of crazy as well. So, yeah, it was a really fun night of boxing, that's for sure.
And we still have 3 more rounds, and who knows what we're going to get here out of Jordan White and Adam Lopez. As you see, Adam Lopez, you know, in the development now, 6-0, 4-0. This is something that is relatively unseen, but it is happening more here within the PBC ranks.
Yeah, because you're trying to test these young prospects. We're going to see who has it and who doesn't. Who's going to go on and fight for bigger fights, bigger purses, bigger events. But it starts off with these 6-rounders, with these 8-rounders, and match them up tough. Match everyone up tough now.
Round 4 scheduled for 6. Greatly appreciate you joining us wherever you are. Premier Boxing Champions on FS1. Ray Flores, Sergio Mora, Jordan Harding. If you're Jordan White, what do you have to do to try to gain and win these last 3 rounds, Sergio?
It's hard to say because White has lost every single round in my opinion, but maybe body shots. You know, I know I keep saying that, but whenever you're fighting a guy that looks so good, you know, fighting from angles and looking confident in there, the only thing that's going to really take it out of him is a good body shot. That's the only thing. Look at him. It looks like he's having fun in there, stepping up. A body shot will stop all of that.
What he was doing, the running man is what he was doing for a brief moment there was Adam Lopez. He was doing the running man, trying to find Jordan White. He wants to bring an end to this evening.
I'll tell you what, the 6-rounders that have been televised, they've been pretty fun to watch because it shows, you know, these young kids, these young active prospects that need this TV time, and they get a chance to shine like this.
Well, Austin Dulé certainly shining his win over Arturo Esquivel, and so far, Adam Lopez is shining, but we're also seeing the heart and the grit out of Jordan White.
Yeah, we are. That's another thing. We've been seeing fighters show heart and will and grit. It can't just always be one-way credit. It can't be one-way everything. You're right there.
And Adam Lopez is in seek and destroy mode, although he has been unable to detonate and fully eradicate Jordan White.
That jab to the body right there caught White's attention. You could see him trying to cover the right side of his body, covering it with his elbow, and it was just a simple jab. Goes to show you, body shot right there. He's hurt again.
And these two young fighters fight here in the bantamweight and the featherweight division, and we saw a very promising featherweight contender earlier in the evening, Jorge Lara, as he finished off Mario Briones. Final minute of this fourth round. Adam Lopez wearing the blue and the white, wearing the green and the black is Jordan White.
Right there, White tried to counter that body shot that Lopez landed earlier. Smart move by White right there.
And Adam Lopez, he has Jordan White pinned against the ropes, but White wisely gets back to the center of the ring.
Those are throwaway punches right there that Lopez was doing just to set up that hard body shot again. He was throwing away punches upstairs to get White's guard up and then land that vicious body shot downstairs, but White didn't fall for it.
Nearing the end of round 4, scheduled for 6. Adam Lopez in control against Jordan White. Round number 5 on the way. Let's take a look at a PBC on FS1 matchup that is coming your way on June 20th. This one I'm excited about. Tomas Delorme, the former welterweight world title challenger, against your Dennis Ugas. Break down the numbers, Sergio.
Well, look, this is an evenly contested fight. Both of them the same height, orthodox fighters. They have the same amount of wins and losses around there. This is a great matchup.
And Ugas, 31 years of age, he has beaten some up-and-coming prospects that were undefeated. Jamal James, Brian Perella, to name a few. He fights frequently. He trains under the guidance of Ismael Salas, Joel Casamayor, the former lightweight world champion. Tomas Delorme coming off a win. He's back inside the ring. He picked up a big victory January 14th at Barclays Center. To me, your Dennis Ugas could be the Sergio Martinez of this era, in the sense that Ugas had a rough going in the early stages of his career, but now at 31, he's finally putting it all together, and he could go ahead and capitalize and win, potentially challenge for a world title.
An active fighter is a dangerous fighter, and Ugas has been active and he's been dangerous.
Round number 5 scheduled for 6. Adam Lopez and Jordan White.
White coming out strong here. Oh, good shot there by White.
And Jordan White, look, 4 wins, 3 of those by way of knockout. He certainly has power in his hands.
Well, it only takes 1 punch, and he's coming out a little bit more aggressive. He knows he needs to win some of these rounds, especially this 5th one, because I have him down the last 4 rounds. Even though he's punching back and trying to counter, trying to do something, he's not winning the rounds. Right here, it looks like he's actually trying to establish something.
And more blood flowing from the nose of Jordan White, so they have been unable to get that under control. Could it be, Sergio, that he broke his nose?
Maybe. Those are things that you don't know until after the fight, or if you overhear the fighter commenting that in the corner to his trainer. Or sometimes you could tell by the flow of the blood. If it's nonstop, if it's thick, if it's runny. Right now, it just looks like he has a bloody nose.
But how much does that impair your breathing and your condition and your cardio, especially as you get into the final 2 rounds of a particular matchup?
It makes it hard to breathe. That's the main thing. And if it's a bloody nose that's actually really bad, it starts going into your throat, and you have to swallow blood, and that gets annoying, and it starts impairing your breathing. So, you know, this bloody nose doesn't look that bad. And I've never had a bloody nose like that either, but I can tell from experience in sparring, you know, I've had some bad bloody noses.
You typically are the one doing the blooding on your adversary.
Well, look, early in my career, I used to actually, I break a lot of noses, believe it or not, just with simple jabs, you know, but when you start stepping up your competition, you know, it's harder to get those knockouts, those bloody noses, those cuts. You know, but early in my career, yeah, I was a nosebreaker.
Look at this initial attack by Adam Lopez, who is just remaining persistent as he attacks the body of Jordan White.
Body shots there by Lopez.
The nose, the mouth is bleeding by Jordan White, but this young man, 19 years of age, out of Landover, Maryland, continues to fight with the heart and a ton of ferocity.
Ooh, good body shot there, right? See, you can judge these 2 fighters just on body language. If you're a judge or if you're a fan, you know who has the confidence in his side. And you know who's the guy that's actually, he wants the belt of the ring. He's already tried to land something hard on Lopez. Lopez keeps coming, landing those vicious body shots. Your nose is bloody. You're behind on points. You want this fight to be over with.
And if these two young gentlemen continue in their quest up the rankings, a heavy right hand that caught the jaw of Jordan White, they are going to have to contend as Adam Lopez is in control. Nice body shot there, targeted by Adam Lopez. They're going to have to contend with the likes of Jorge Lara. And let's talk about how impressive he looked tonight as he totally eradicated Mario Briones.
Jorge Lara, El Pilon. I mean, not only credit to him, but credit to Samson